Guys, please watch this video to the end because I think I found an absolute gem, and I'm going to show you the last couple of times I found something similar to this. They went absolutely crazy. Okay, this isn't the project, by the way. I'm going to show you it, but the last time we found something like this, it went crazy. And I feel like I'm really into politics. Why? I don't know. I'm a nerd. I'm a loser. I like politics. I fell in love with House of Cards, and I feel like I really understand this sector. Not only that, I can look on chain and see what all the smart money are doing, which we're going to talk about in this video. But I really like the sector. I kind of understand the psychology of it, and the things I like in this space are cult-like projects. Why did I buy Cardano last cycle? It had a cult-like community. Why did I buy Casper this cycle? It had like a cult-like community, and those were some of my biggest gains, right? Cardano last cycle, I think, done a 30x, and Casper, ironically, this cycle done a 30x. I love things that have this cult communities. Even Solana had kind of elements of a cult this cycle in terms of, you know, it's faster, cheaper. We've been fudding Ethereum all cycle, right? And again, one of the top performers, I think from the lows, it went to do 30x. So I really like projects where they can have these potential cults. And obviously Ethereum is breaking out. So what I said to my community is, guys, Ethereum is breaking out. We're probably going to see memes and lower caps start to run on Ethereum. So I had a look around the market and I found an absolute gem. Now, the last time I found something like this was Doge, Department of Government Efficiency. You might remember I called it in my Discord on the 19th of September 2024, around 4.6 million market cap. Okay, remember that because we're going to come back to it. Some interesting wallets started buying. So as you know, Smart Money Crypto, I don't claim to be a genius myself. I'm tracking the on-chain data. I'm tracking the smart money, the insiders, the whales, the investors. And I noticed that one of them had has $1.3 million net worth. Okay, so I'm looking at their net worths as well. That's what I really like to see. When I see wallets getting into a low cap meme coin that have $6 million in stable coins in their wallet, I already know they're connected. They've got friends with big money. They're serious guys. If they want to push this project, they really can. If they want to donate to getting listed on exchanges, they can. So that is my favorite bit of alpha I like to look for. I like to go deep into the holders and see who's holding. And this is what's made me so much money when finding these low cap memes early. And then I saw the other one got into Neuro before Binance listing, okay? So I saw a couple of wallets, I looked at their previous buys, and some of them were buying up things before they got listed on massive exchanges, okay? So remember that, because we're going to come back to that too. Price has had a nice correction, so I love to find things that have had the initial pump and have pulled back, okay? So it had a lovely correction, and notice how it started to find a floor here. I don't know if you can see that. Notice how it started to find a floor here. Smart money were buying, so we can see on the right, the smart money were loading up. And you see how it tried to break, come back down, tried to break, come back down, tried to break. This is me, okay? You've tried to test this level so many times. Lovely correction, great project. Could gain like a cult-like community. Elon was running for Doge. He was trying to build this Doge, which we suspected he was going to win. Price has a nice correction. I put in 1%. I put in a 50% stop loss, so I only risk 0.5%. Even though I am risking 1% with a stop loss, I only risk losing 0.5%. Okay, so we're always managing risk. So many F Doges. Elon needs to get the job, i.e. Trump needs to win for this to really rally. We had a lovely set. We had a lovely run because Elon got the job and Trump won the election and we longed Bitcoin, right? So that was some good times. That was some good times. Hopefully we are there again because we're long ETH and we're now just bought another one of these gems. So hopefully we are repeating history right now, because you noticed I called that a 4.6 million market cap and it went to 413 million market cap. So, you know, almost 100x or pretty much 100x. So, you know, if you put 1K in on that Discord call, that would have meant 100K at all-time highs. And if you had have put in 10K at that call, that would have been $1 million in just a few weeks from that call. Okay, so do you see why, you know, people still take risks on meme coins? It's absolutely crazy. If you do your research and you find the right projects, you can change your life, guys. And I have invested 1K into projects and I've seen them go over $1 million. Okay, it's absolutely insane. Is it extremely high risk? Yes. Is this going to happen all the time? No. Have we found some of these early gems, multiple times? Yes, right, by doing the extra research. And it's not just this project. I love this PolitiFi sector. You can see here, buy alert MAGA, 33 million. Not sure what's happening, but tons of whales just started buying MAGA. So as you know, I'm tracking all the insiders, all the whales on chain. I could see they were buying up MAGA. Lots of 100k plus buys, so serious whales, people with money, not little shrimps, not little retail with like $6,000 or $2,000 in their wallet, right? Who are probably going to panic sell at any 2x, right? Because they've just made what, 1,000 or 2,000 in a day. I'm talking about people who are putting hundreds of thousands of dollars in that are looking, longer term. I aped in, we'll set a mental stop loss of 30%. So that's what I love about stop losses. Like I could have only lost 30% of my initial trade, but I think we ended up making 20x, 2,000%. They have a live stream soon. Wonder if they will have some big news drop in. So this was at 33 million cap, and then as you guys know, it went shortly after to 188 million market cap. Very, very fast. And we took profits and got out. Some guys held, which is a shame, but I took profits and got out, and I didn't quite sell the top, but it wasn't far from the top we actually started to sell. So yeah, really, really huge runs. I mean, as you know, again, the Donald Trump token. Now this went from look at the market cap. It doesn't even show the market cap, how small it was. This was like a million market cap, and it went to 716 million 752 million market cap, and it was 1 million. I didn't get this, by the way. I didn't see it. I was way later into this PolitiFi narrative, but 1 million. So 1K in there. Just $1,000 at all-time high would have been $715,000, right? So we know we're not going to make this on Bitcoin. We know we're not going to make this on Ethereum. And this is why, in my opinion, there's always going to be a meme coin market. There's always going to be a altcoins market. And the bigger Bitcoin gets, actually, the more money is probably going to come into altcoins from retail, right? Because they know if Bitcoin's 500K, to make a 10x, it needs to go to $5 million per token, right? So yeah, they know that they're probably not going to see that jump specifically anytime soon. So yeah, altcoins I think are always going to be here. I'm always going to dabble in these things. Look, am I putting the kitchen sink in it? Absolutely not. I'm always managing my risk. We got into, this is the project, guys. Okay, so this is the big reveal. American Party. I absolutely love it. You probably already know what it is. Brand new concept, brand new trend, just like DOGE, okay? Just like MAGA. Lovely concept with a cult-like potential, right? That's what I'm looking for, cult-like potential. Now, we know how many Americans, left and right, okay, whether you're conservative, whether you're a Democrat, whatever, it doesn't matter. Most of us agree that we got scammed. Now, I backed Trump, and I've backed, not Biden, I backed Barack Obama. I'm a person of logic, and, I'll back whoever I think's delivering the most logic, and for me, it was Trump this cycle, and not Kamala, trying to tax unrealized gains and all these crazy things. But we can't deny that we were expecting to hear the list, which was never revealed, right? That list was never revealed. And then all of this backtracking kicked off, and Elon really kicked off. Now, Elon is very meta in meme coins, right? Elon does something, the space love it, right? This Annie project just took off. All these baby grok things are taking off. Elon is meta. What's the biggest thing that Elon is focusing on now? It's this American Party, right? It's the American Party. It's this new movement. And we know that potentially 50% of Americans are interested in this party. There's a lot of people who are in the middle. I would say I'm kind of in the middle, right? I don't lean right, I don't lean left. I'm kind of in the middle, and I see pros and cons on both sides sometimes. And I feel like Elon potentially fits that gap of people, and there's more and more people I think in that gap who are like, we need to sort some of these issues out. We can't just be on one side or the other. Maybe there is more space for a third party. And I know when Elon tries to do something, he really tries to do something. And I think, looking at some of the wallets here in DOGE, I think there might have been some sort of campaign here to make this a success in crypto, because we know Elon's in crypto. We know he's a degen. We know he's pumped loads of meme coins before. He would absolutely love it if the American Party, imagine this was in the top 10 or top 20, right? This is actually going to bring more eyes on your goal, on your mission. If this does successful, just like DOGE done, and I'm sure there was people trying to make this a success because there was serious whale money just pumping into this, okay? If he makes this a success, there's people out there who don't even know about the American Pie. They're not all like us watching the news 24/7, right? Trying to keep up to date with the latest. Some people are just living their life, guys, and they don't know about the American Pie. But some people in crypto might see this flag up on Coinbase or CoinMarketCap or whatever. Let's say it gets on some big exchanges. And it actually helps people. Oh, what is the American Party? I've never heard of this. Oh, it's Elon's own movement. Oh, wow, this is me. You know, I don't like the left or the right. I actually fit in the middle. It's actually a great way to onboard members into this new movement, into this new party. And I love these psychological plays, right? A lot of the reason I got into Doge was a psychological play. A lot of people were going to get into this. A lot of people wanted to see it happen. And, you know, it went and done 100x, right? And look at the chart on this thing as well. Look at the chart on this. Like, initial pump, right? So this is the FOMO. This is the froth where everyone starts frothing in. Correction. And this is where I want to see you hold up, right? I want to see you hold up here. And it held. Look where it went sideways. It held. And then, bang. This is what spiked my interest, this initial pump here. So I quickly went on chain. I could see that smart money were buying, whales were buying. And then we came back down and we've held the floor again. Look at the chart. This is a recovery. Right, and this is making higher lows, and now trying to push to highs. And look at the market, right? Look what chain this is on. Ethereum. What's running right now? Ethereum. Where are all the trend searches? Ethereum. This is exactly what I was looking for. This is the exact meme coin I was looking for. Something that can gain a cult, something that has whales and smart money accumulating, something that's creating lower highs. Like, everything looks good on this, and it gets better. The volume is up. 36% the volume is up today. The volume is doing 4.58 million, a lot more than most market caps, around 14 million. Okay. Now check this. It's already listed on MEXC and BingX, and BingX is regulated. Okay, so it's not easy to actually get listed on BingX. You have to be serious. You have to have some credentials, and MEXC also don't just list anybody. I've seen loads of projects get rejected from MEXC. It's quite expensive. You have to front some money to get listed there, and it also gives you access to so many retail now have access to this project that probably don't even know about it, right? So much access. It's on a couple of exchanges. It's on a regulated exchange, which is good. I used to work at a cryptocurrency exchange, so you might not know this, but when we were listing tokens, so when we would go to list a new token, they would try and pitch us why they should be listed, why they're a great project. And we would go and do the fundamentals. And if they were already listed on a regulated exchange, it made our job so much easier. It's a lot of work to list a token. It takes sometimes months, guys. You probably don't even realize. It depends on how big the project is, but normally weeks. And it's a lot of paperwork, a lot of integration, a lot of creating wallets. And if you're already on a regulated exchange, it makes the job 50-60% easier, maybe even 70% easier, and a lot faster as well. So I love to see low cap memes that have already gone through this process. It's new. It's looking good. The chart's looking good. Now, if we also go to the on-chain DYOR, distribution score is 19. Now, I know it's red, but so many distribution scores in meme coins are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 19 is actually pretty good. The smart money has gone up by 256% in the last 30 days. Okay, so huge smart money inflows are coming into the project. Public figures is KOLs. So we've got KOLs holding 235,000 tokens. That's what I love to see. I don't like to see projects with no KOLs, because you need marketing, right? You need marketing. You need people to push the project. $3.9 million tokens are held by whales. Absolutely love it. So whales are ballers, people with cash, people with connections. And exchanges is down 88%, which means that people are buying this token off exchanges. And we can see even on the DEXs, the DEX is down 5.14 million in the last 24 hours. So we can see people are buying on centralized exchanges, which is usually retail, and we can see people that are buying on decentralized exchanges, which is usually whales, right? So people are clearly positioning for something big here. The P&L leaderboard I also love. So this shows you all the profits and losses of some of the top traders, and this is what I love to see. Okay, so I don't like to come in and see the top P&Ls are still holding large amounts, and this wallet's still holding 35%, 16%, 13%, 11%. We've got a couple of 95, 85, 56, 25, 83, 44, 16, 1%, 21%. What do I see here? I see people who have already taken some profits off the table. Okay, and we can see that on the chart, right? It had a massive rally. Of course, you probably just made a 20, 30x, 40x. You're probably going to take some profits off the table. But what do we see here? They've held moon bags, right? 16% moon bag, 35% moon bag, 13% moon bag. Sometimes I come in here and I see sold all, sold all, sold all, sold everything, sold everything. So this says to me that some of these guys, let's say they're insiders or let's say they're ballers, some of these guys actually believe that this is going to do well long term and don't want to sell their bag. And in fact, this wallet has actually only sold 5% and this wallet sold 15%. So this wallet's only sold 50%. So there is some whales and ballers in here who do have conviction that this is going to move to the upside, and they could have sold here at 3 million market cap, right? There was liquidity. Sorry, it wasn't 3 million, it was 10 million. I mean, they could have sold at 10 million market cap. They could have sold at 7 million market cap, but they decided to hold even at that market cap because they deemed this to be valuable. And they've probably sat and watched these things go, you know, from 15. Where was Doge at 15 market cap? 15 million market cap was around here. So it looks like we've pumped a lot, but 15 million, when you zoom out, and then it shortly went to 100 million, then 400 million market cap, right? So these things can happen very fast. We do have the market here right now as well because, you know, the market's pumping, Ethereum's pumping, Solana's pumping. Meme coins are usually what follow, right? After Ethereum goes, usually meme coins go. And I really like this project. I do. We haven't been in this too long, guys, so we didn't like buy down here. We didn't buy the bottom. I think we're about 30% or 40% up on this. As you guys know, I'm a gem caller for Luke Belmar's community, so total transparency, I've already posted it in Luke Belmar's community as well. I don't know if Luke has seen it. He tends to get into bigger projects, like once they get up to 50 million, 100 million, he's more interested in those sizes. So, you know, who knows? Maybe his eyes will fall on this if it does start to do well. But yeah, I think we're all of us, including me and Luke Belmar's community, I think we're about 40% up. So, you know, I'm looking to where is all-time high actually? It's 0.014, and so its all-time high was 40 million market cap, and it's currently 15 million market cap. So it's still well under all-time high, and there was a lot of people would have bought up here, don't forget, right? So we're still getting it cheaper than most of these people who bought up here. I really like it, guys. Look, it's a meme coin. Am I putting in 10% of my portfolio? Absolutely not. You know, I'm putting in a small amount, and it's a meme coin, it's a bet. But some of these bets have returned crazy money for me, and I just love this cult-like projects, especially with this fundamental analysis and on-chain analysis. Everything's looking good, and I think more people will understand it, right? I think people will look at DOGE, especially the people in the communities who were sort of getting this early, will understand how fast these things can really take off. And it's kind of this that I'm looking for. It's not really, you see these pumps here, they actually looked huge at the time. These looked massive. There was actually people in my Discord, when I called this at 4 million, they said, I'm going to wait for a pullback because it's pumped a lot, right? And I kind of said, well, you know, it's pretty small market cap, guys. But it seems very daunting at the time when you see this, right? It looks like, wow, what a massive pump. And then when you zoom out, you're like, okay, yeah, I could have retired. Like, if I had have just taken that call with $10,000, right? If I had have just taken that call with $10,000, I would have had over $1 million. Like, that's how insane this space is. And that's how insane. And it's like we had the alpha here, right? We had all the reasons. We had the insiders were buying. We had another wallet that got in before, got into Nero before it was listed on Binance. So we could see they were clearly insiders, right? A bunch of wallets don't just buy an altcoin just before it's getting listed on Binance. So we had all of the reasons to actually to get into this, and I feel like I have all the reasons to get into American Party. And I tell you what, I am not fumbling the bag this time. I've got nothing to lose. You know, I can set my stop loss just below this support here, and you know, I'm just gonna hodl this, guys, because if we get the right momentum, I do think this can go to 400 million market cap, right? I do, I genuinely do. And I did sell Doge a little bit early. I think I sold DOGE around 20x. I can't remember exactly where. It was about 20. It was 2,000%, guys. So, you know, I'd made a lot of money and I decided it was enough for me. I think this time I'd probably DCA out. I probably wouldn't FOMO sell or panic sell. I'd probably just dollar cost average out, just sell a little 10% here at 10x or whatever, another 20% here. But yeah, I really like it. Let me know what you think. Any other meme coins you're looking at, guys. If you want to see my buy and sell alerts in the Discord, I think some of you keep asking, but I think you're typing in this name at the top here. It's actually this name that you need to type in. So when you go on X, there's no other accounts with this name. So as long as you're copying this, then you will find my channel, right? There's no other channel that will appear if you type this in, but you might be typing this top one in. So yeah, if you want to follow us, well, follow me anyway, because I post alpha on X. I also post free alpha in my Telegram. So even if you don't want to join the Patreon, you can join the free Telegram. Click on the link here and that'll take you to all of my channels, so you can see the Patreon if you want to come in the Discord and see the buy and sell alerts. And if you want to join the free Telegram, that link is also in there as well. Yeah, that's it, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe on the video so you don't miss out on any more. Press the bell notification as well, so you'll see me pop up on the feed when I have these bits of alpha for you. As you guys know, none of these are paid, right? I wasn't paid to market Doge. I'm just genuinely trying to make money, same as you guys, with my community. I wasn't paid to sponsor MAGA, and you know I wasn't paid because I dumped it, right? I got in and I made some money and I dumped it, and I've done the same with Doge. And hey, if American Pie does a 40x, I will dump on you guys, right? I'm here to make money, and you know, if we all get in here and we make like a 30-40x, who isn't going to take profits? So yeah, I'm just trying to make money with you guys, and but none of it's financial advice, right? I'm not a financial advisor, so do your own research. Investing in crypto is highly risky. You can lose all your money at any time investing in anything, so always do your own research. And remember, I'm only putting like 1% into these things, 0.5% into these things, and when I set a 50% stop loss, I still am only risking half of that initial position, right? So I can only lose 50% of my 1% or 0.5%, but the upside is potentially 1,000%, 3,000%, 5,000%. We don't know, right? That's what I love about this space. That's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching. Until then, I'll catch you in the next one.